Hello, Orville Nation. How are you guys? How is everybody? How is Peggy? How is DJ? How is everybody who is not in here yet? How is everybody who's not in here yet? Okay. And there's my echo I get rid of. And there we go. We're all set to start. And the Orville family is in the chat, even though we are interviewing their fearless leader, ELLIE. And how is everybody doing today? Welcome to everybody in the chat. I see you guys are coming in now, and welcome to. Thanks for everybody who was joining us earlier for the launch of the SpaceX NASA launch. It was great to watch that, even though it got scrubbed and pushed till Saturday. But very exciting stuff, huh? Very exciting. And welcome to everybody who's watching us on the replay. We have a nice panel. We have an excellent panel. Hello, Nerd Cookies. How are you? We have our very special guest, ELLIE. She is the founder of, and you can find her on Twitter. She has the ELLIE McFarlane Moods handle. Actually, her handle is ELLIE Ritchie 789, and we will be putting up her Twitter so you guys can click on it. And she is the founder of the Orville family, the YouTube channel, the Orville family. So let me introduce our group. Let me start with our most distinguished professor, writer, all around amazing communications professional, Raquel. Welcome, Raquel. Thank you for joining us.
Wow, what a generous and kind introduction. Thank you so much. It's so nice to see you, PJ. It's so nice to see everyone here at Orville Nation. And what an exciting show we have today, because there's a new person coming into the Orville family fold and has taken on the name the Orville family. How wonderful. So let's get started. Let's have some fun today.
Awesome. Now, an amazing. I love the name of the channel, the Orville family. And by the way, I forgot editor and nerd for your I don't know how to say it, your subtitles. And maybe, you know what? Before we bring everybody on, is there anything you want to share about your designation? Because I haven't seen you put that out there yet, of professional writer. I think I've seen editor a few times, but is there anything you want to talk about that? Is that something you want to share or not?
As quite a few of you know, I've been trying to finish out my PhD that originally started as a doctorate of social science, but my undergraduate work and my master's work have been in writing, and I've been teaching all of this time. But now that with COVID-19, I'm not teaching presently, so I have taken a step back and I've started writing again. So I am currently writing, I'm about halfway done writing a pocket book of flash fiction and short stories that I would like to pitch to a publisher as a pocketbook.
Wow. Awesome. Well, I think with your creativity, and I know that you have accomplished writing skills, with your creativity and behind anything you're working on, we must look forward to that.
Oh, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Thank you for allowing me to pitch it. I came here, I pitched it. Thanks.
And just to be clear, as we were asking you backstage about the genre, do you want to mention that or not?
Well, it will be science fiction, and it will have a literary and speculative fiction quality to it. But yes, it will definitely be science fiction.
Okay, great, yeah. Awesome. So just to let everybody know, Katie could not join us at the very last minute. By the way, we do hope to have. I have to extend Katie the invitation that next time we do the launch, hopefully we will have. I would like to invite our meteorologist for the launch video of the SpaceX NASA launch. So hopefully we will have her on board. I want to say hi to Jonathan. I want to say hi to Louise, Peggy, everybody who is coming in, and of course the Orville family that is run by well, it's led by Ellie, and we have another guest panelist who you all know. His name is DJ Odyssey. But he's going to be set back for a few minutes, so we are going to bring in our...
And that's my fault, everyone. I would like to interrupt, very politely interrupt PJ. It's my fault, because I've sent DJ on a mission, and some of you who have visited DJ's channel and have watched DJ be on other panels, you know that he has some tricks up his sleeve. Well, I've sent him on a mission to do some crazy stuff for the show today, so he is preparing for that. Before we move on, I would also like to let everyone at home know the reason why Katie is not with us today. This wonderful, talented young woman is actually doing a presentation for a school today. So this is about weather. This is about her, the channel that she's doing, about all these fandoms. And she's just a magnificent and talented young woman. And she's off doing some really cool stuff today. So we'll see her again.
That's awesome, Katie. Wow. That's great, Raquel. That's yeah, that is amazing. Wow. Inspiring young minds, huh?
Yes, she is.
That's awesome. Okay, so we're gonna bring on our very special protagonist for the day. She is all right. She is just I don't know where to start with Ellie. There is a lot to say about Ellie. A lot we haven't said about Ellie. What we know right now, as far as that she is, she's kicked off the Orville Family Channel project. She has a lot of other things in the works for Orville fans. So we will see. We will see what she is going to be able to share with us today. But today we're going to be focused on the Orville Family Channel. Mm-hmm. And we do want everybody to sub to that. I'm going to be posting the link to that. So I want to give a very special warm welcome to Ellie Ritchie. Yes. Hello, welcome, Ellie.
Hello. Welcome. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here, especially like alongside such a powerhouse woman like Raquel. So thank you so much for having me on, PJ. I look forward to this. So.
Wow, so this is going to be so exciting. Here we have this wonderful person who is expanding the fandom. She's reigniting us, getting us ready for season 3. She has tons of exciting ideas and ways for us to come together. So just another great outlet for Orville fans. Welcome, Ellie.
Oh, thank you. No. Yeah, it's the Orville Family Channel. Because I may be like the founder or the head of it or whatever PJ said, but at the end of the day, it's all of us, and it's for all of us, and I'm very excited.
And it's great because it really is your position really is. And let me just say hello to Dave Bob, hello Louise, hello Trey, hello Peggy. It really is for the fans. You really are putting it out there for people to enjoy. And this is the channel of nobody. If somebody has not subbed to the Orville family, this is the link. Please sub to the Orville family. Mm-hmm. And I'm loving, and of course, I always love, if we cannot see her in person, we love Raquel's cosplay, and we love Ellie's kind of twist on a prom queen picture.
Well, that is the koala queen. Ellie says she's the koala princess, but I really like the way that koala queen sounds, thanks to those wonderful earmuffs.
Yes. No, I had every intention going live with you guys and showing my face and being all like like PJ, but a couple of technical issues, I guess you could say, came up. So I wanted to show you guys something that kind of shows off my personality a little bit. So thank you. I like this picture. It's fun.
Yeah.
Why else would I have a tiara except to be a koala princess? So
Awesome. And at least we know that you're a ginger now, which is always interesting.
okay, so I have a confession. Okay, so I was beautiful, long red hair pre-COVID. My birthday was March 9th, and so I decided to be stupid, and basically what happened is it got butchered off and turned blue. And then COVID hit. Yeah, COVID hit, and I could not get back to a salon or anything to fix it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, no, and that is my hair and what it all was before COVID. However, I think it's gonna be fun. What I've gone ahead and done with a little inspiration from Raquel is ordered a bunch of wigs, all different colors and styles, and so I'm gonna have a different hairdo every time I do a Geologia stream. Like, you guys never know. Is it gonna be my real hair? Is it going to be a wig? I mean, I guess you know, like what my hair looks like now, but yeah. This is my little confession. I'm sorry. I am a redhead, but I'm not right now.
Well, that's, I mean, if you want to go, if you feel like going, you know, Smurfy blue, that's fine with us too, you know?
Yes.
I'm sure it looks great.
Well, because of COVID-19, I would tend to say that she's going through her blue period, like Picasso. There's going to be an entire blue period, and when Ellie emerges on the other side, she'll have something interesting and exciting for us.
Just explode. Yes. It actually, the short blue hair doesn't look that bad with my Orville zip-up hoodie that I have. I have this Orville zip-up jacket that I'm wearing actually, yeah, in my profile picture on Twitter. So it doesn't look bad, and when it comes to Orville and everything, it's just not me. So.
Well, I am going to bring in our very special guest panelist, and he has gone to great lengths to appease Raquel.
Yes.
And let's give a nice warm welcome to Mr. DJ Odyssey.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Nice.
Woo! I love you, DJ. Everyone loves it.
You're always
Everyone
such a good
loves you.
sport.
You have a great sense of humor. Yes.
Give him a thumbs up in the chat, you guys. Come on, give him a thumbs up.
Yes.
Give him a heart. You love this. I know
great.
you do.
Super chat this man. Super chat this man.
You've got the rainbow unicorn.
Oh, Dave Bob says that's disturbing. Oh, that's neat.
Dave Bob's just jealous he doesn't have a onesie like that.
That is true. It is actually true.
I'm just glad this wasn't a couple of days later. The peacock uniform would have been in.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Are you going to be promoting the Seth MacFarlane's peacock?
I now have to wear a peacock uniform for a live stream here soon.
Oh, I think that's terrific. And I'm throwing down the gauntlet right now and challenging Dave Bob, who is a friend of mine. I am officially challenging him to show up to the next live stream as Foghorn Leghorn. He should order a Foghorn Leghorn costume off of Amazon, show up, and do a throwdown with DJ.
Oh, and ignore Peggy's comments down there. We don't want a replay of last night.
We don't want to. I saw that and I was like, oh God, do we want to go there? But you brought it up, DJ. It's almost like you want it to go there.
Now I have to ask because I didn't see that.
Tell them. Just tell them.
Tell your guts. Tell us what happened.
They are trying to bribe me into wearing a Leia Slave bikini.
Oh my gosh, that would be dead sexy.
Right?
Oh, please, I need the screenshots. Come on, do it.
Nobody wants to see Jabba the Hutt in a bikini. No.
You know what? Nobody wanted to see a mullet either, and you rocked that. Do you remember the mullet? Oh, it's still there. DJ!
This is the whole point I was making last night. I made this point. Thank you for being on my side, Raquel. It would be sexy. It would be fun. Everyone would love it. But
Yes.
Yeah, I told him it'd cost him $1,000.
Oh, you know, I think that's a challenge to the chat. I think that's a challenge to Orville Nation and the Orville family fans to get together and lubricate DJ's willingness to do this project.
Well, let me just recognize that Gary would that DJ would all of a sudden be up in the sub range of Gary from Nerdrotic if he probably did that because of I bet it would be good for your channel.
Yes, it would be fabulous for your channel.
he's like, no.
I got a haircut today for the first time since January 8th. Feels good.
I bet, Dave. I envy you.
I said, I got a haircut.
Oh yeah, number one, I saw you pop up and say hi. Sorry, hi. I love you. I'm so happy you're here. Yay! I love all of you, by the way. Sorry, I love every single person who's alive, unless they piss me off. Just kidding. I still love people then. But hi, number one. Hey, Trey. Mountains of Elysium. Just throwing out all my highs. Sorry, I love to engage with the chat. So
the challenge, says Peggy, was supposed to be on Ellie's channel. Is that correct?
Yeah, if they happen to raise the certain requirements, then I was supposed to do it on Ellie's channel to try to help promote it.
Okay, so what if it wasn't for monetary gain? What if we actually engaged people in taking in this $1,000 as DJ has requested, but DJ would choose the charity of his choice? Then, of course, we should definitely get Seth MacFarlane involved. We should definitely tag Rachel McFarlane as well and get the whole cast and crew tagged in this and try and get that $1,000 for whatever charity you would like to donate it to. What do you think of that idea, DJ?
There's only one problem with this.
What?
Finding a slave bikini big enough that would fit me.
Well, I think we could all pool our resources in the cosplay community and move
it
this
exists. It definitely exists.
Yes. This would be a wonderful thing for Ellie's channel. We could do this on Ellie's channel, make a massive splash for the Orville family. And
what is it?
Raise money for a good cause, DJ.
Yeah, LDG said last night, when we were talking about it, what did he say? LDG Pixels said that he could take the video and make up a dummy account, take that video, and he would have he'd be monetized overnight or in less than a week. And I was like, it's good, it's good for business. Just kidding. No, I would love for DJ to do that, just because I know so many fans, so many people would love to see that. But I never want you to feel like we're trying to force you out of your comfort zone or anything. But it would be pretty awesome.
You're talking to a man right. You're talking to a man right now in a unicorn outfit. What comfort zone?
Hey guys, let's read out some of these comments. Joseph, he says hello to the Orville family, Ellie, and PJ and DJ. Hi, how are you? It's so nice to meet you. Thank you for showing up. And let's talk about how the Big Bopper is in the house. Bird of Prey. So nice to meet you, and so glad that you're on the mend. We were all very worried about you. We care about you. And Mountains of Elysium, hello. Yeah, hi everybody.
Mr. Miles, that's my guy. He's in here.
Yes,
Miles
Mr.
showed up.
Miles. Woo-hoo!
We're best friends now. No, yeah.
So Ellie, let's dig right into it.
Okay.
I just want to ask you, and just to get you started, to get you warmed up, what is your main objective with this channel? What would you like to accomplish with this channel?
That's a great question. Thank you. Yeah, it's my Ellie's Orville gem. So I guess you could say that the coronavirus and the pandemic and everything kind of inspired it a little.
Mm-hmm.
That along with PJ's Latchcomb. I have to give like props to PJ because the first Latchcomb I watched with him, it was just like, oh my God, I love this. I have to be involved in stuff like this. But I have been, an Orvillian, I guess you could say, for a very long time. And there are a lot of deep and profound things that happen throughout this show, under the surface and in our face, I guess you could say, over the surface. And it really amazes me how much there's unity in it. There's a message of unity across religions, politics, race, sexual orientation, everything. We have used aliens. I think somebody was commenting last night, I think it was Peggy, that the sci-fi world does that, where we can use like galactic species to basically bring all the issues on everything together that we face and deal with here on Earth. It can be all solved and explained with galactic things. So I'm sorry, I'm rambling a little bit, but
no,
so
not
Michael,
at all. This is the stuff that helps the fans to get to know you better and to understand you and to draw closer to you so that you can build a sense of community and family. So you're not rambling at all. All of this stuff is what the community truly cares about, and they definitely care about you. So feel free to express yourself in any way. We're here for you.
Thank you. I guess my main objective is to just give everyone who not only loves the Orville, but loves deeper meanings and understandings, healthy debating, give you guys a platform where you can absolutely just be yourselves, and you can talk about all the things that fascinate you when it comes to this show and how what is he wearing? I just saw that. I'm sorry. That was great.
So excellent. So excellent.
It's DJ that's robbing you of your sleep, Joseph.
Yeah.
Oh my. So, yeah, no, I mean, I've been looking forward to the interview. I guess really I just I feel bad because I feel like I'm going to repeat myself a lot from last night, but if I can just reach out and just touch one person's life and just change or help or be there for someone, I don't even have to know that I've done it, but just at the end of it all, one person, like my mission will be accomplished.
Yeah, and don't you worry about repeating yourself from last night, because not only do we have a different group of people here, but you also have to understand that you're comfortable with your story, and it's a story you're going to tell again and again as you move through this journey of drawing people together and building an online community like this. So, just rock it, girl. Don't you worry.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. I didn't think of it that way.
Yes,
that's an excellent point, Raquel. Yeah, she's going to be repeating this an infinite amount of times.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of how I usually do this by myself now. I usually go over the mission objectives for the channel usually when I'm by myself, not with others. But yeah, I felt at first like I was repeating myself, but I need to repeat myself because Raquel made it, very clear that it's not always the same people. There's definitely on the rewatch, it's definitely not going to be the same people you were with last night. I'll tell you that right now.
Yes.
Because none of those people watch DJ's channel.
Yeah.
But
well, we also have a fandom from all over the world, and they're awake and active at different times in the day. So let's explore your story and all the nooks and crannies that you'd like to discuss and the things you'd like to accomplish with this channel. And let's also share some of your wares. If you have any videos or any type of multimedia that you would like us to share, let's go ahead and do that. Let's show everybody what you got, Ellie.
Do you want to play my Orville jam, PJ?
As long as is it original music, or is it?
Yes.
It is original. Okay, then we have no problem. Otherwise, I think
like I did it. I guess the only thing is like the song in the background is like a club song and that's public domain or whatever.
Oh, well, if it's Creative Commons, we should be all right. I hope we'll be all right. If not, Dave Bob and the Epic Beard and Joseph and everybody else in the chat is going to go, guys.
And we'll have to start a new stream.
Right. Well, let's live fast.
Let's live dangerously today. All right.
Yes,
dangerously. Thank you.
Okay.
I was gonna say like live fast, die young or something.
You know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna ask everybody, because I can't do this any other way. I'm just gonna mute you guys real quick while I play it. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Someone should have told you not to with me. Welcome to the Orville. Welcome to the Orville. I'm Captain Ed Mercer. Captain Ed Mercer. Captain Ed Mercer. And engage one drive. No. Sorry, you okay? It's an anti-banana ray. Interesting. We need no longer fear the banana. Is it worth an offering? All right, over the jar of pickles. Only once per year.
Wow. Wow. And let me just put this back so we can. Wow. Let me unmute you guys. And that was cool.
Thank you. I just I do a lot of stuff for myself. I am a selfish person. Even when I am doing things for other people, it is so I can get those warm fuzzy, it was definitely something that I wanted to have for myself. I really hope that like the Orville family, which is all of us, it's not me, it's not channel, it's all of us, enjoys it, so thank you for sharing it.
Yeah, wow. That is, I enjoyed it. I think that it's a very fresh look at everything. As a fan community. Let me just say too that our fan community is amazing in that it ranges from 18-year-olds to 90-year-olds. It's just we are such a eclectic community. What do you think, Raquel?
I think so too. I think there's lots of space for this, and I also think that it's terrific that the fandom is growing in this way, where you're able to reach out and coalesce and just celebrate this wonderful fandom. It's only going to get bigger, and as season 3 emerges and people power watch it, I think it's going to be absolutely terrific.
Now, one thing that's really, go ahead, Ellie.
No, I was just going to add that on top of, this wide range and this fandom and this growing and everything, watching that grow up, like basically watching your kid grow up, they're really, I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm looking in all the right places, but there are a lot of amazing people just a part of this Orville community and this family online, and they're all very supportive. And that was huge for me, becoming as invested in this as I am, is all of you in the chat right now, everybody who's rewatching this, is your support and the way you show your care. And yeah, it's just really amazing members of our family, and DJ's a banana now.
We no longer need to fear
United
the banana.
Federation of Bananas. We're gonna United Federation of Bananas.
That's awesome, Deej. I love that.
I fear that banana.
What is this monkey business, DJ? Sorry, I know it's bad. The puns.
Yes, Dan's mixtape. I remember you saying that in the comments on the video. Thank you so much for, being there and part of my first following, I guess, like people getting on board already and everything. I really appreciate all of you. I'm really excited to get it started. But yeah, this is going to be so much fun. Oh, I hope you're excited.
Now, I have a question, Ellie, for you, because I want to first. It's not so much of a question, but I want to share it with everybody else. It's interesting because Ellie does not come to the Orville fandom like maybe a majority of the fans. Well, not all of them, but there's a good portion of fans that come through some Star Trek and other sci-fi. And Ellie comes to it more as a Seth MacFarlane fan, right?
Oh, interesting.
Yes, I didn't know. It was that, as you say, interesting until I started finding out a lot more. But yeah, and I am slowly being turned on to Star Trek. So, it's again this bridge. There's just so many bridges and everything connecting. And but yeah, so I'm going from Seth MacFarlane fan to also Star Trek fan because of the Orville. So
wow, well that's
yeah.
true.
Isn't that amazing that you're turned on to Raquel? Isn't that amazing that she's turned on to Star Trek through Seth MacFarlane?
Yes, it's like an inverted pyramid. It's wonderful. It's the exact opposite of what normally happens, and it not only is that interesting, but I think it's a tribute to Seth's long-standing fandom with Gene Roddenberry and with Star Trek. So I think that you do him a great service as one of his fans to come to something that he is a huge fan of. So that's great. That's wonderful news.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm going. Does anybody else hear me echo?
Yeah, we have an echo.
Me?
Did you take out your headphones, maybe?
No. Can you hear me still?
Now the echo's gone.
Okay.
Now the echo's that was fun. See, tribbles are just all around me today. Blame Trey. # blame Trey. So yeah, no, I'm more than happy to share the whole story. I don't want to take away from anyone else though. But basically, I have the success in life I do right now in part because of Seth MacFarlane's work. And so I am a pretty devoted fan. And one thing, and that's why it's Ellie's MacFarlane moods, because when I got to this position where I could actually start reaching out and helping other people the way I am, I wanted to make sure like there was kind of like this little tribute to Seth, like a thank you so much. You don't know what your work did for me, but here I am. So,
yeah.
Wow. That's that's great. He personally has inspired you in many ways.
yeah, I mean, I can go ahead and just tell the whole story if that's okay.
You tell whatever you're comfortable with telling.
Okay.
But
Yes.
you know, like as Raquel said, we're here for you, so you can tell or not tell, whatever you want.
I mean, I love the spotlight. I was talking about last, like I'm a big, huge ham, and I have been since I was a little girl. But I really feel like bad if I feel like I'm taking away from other people. So, I don't know. Maybe that's why I didn't get all the lead roles in the High School Musicals. So, not too long ago, what had happened quite a few years back is I had moved out to California and was, set on making a new life for myself. Not too long ago, I was hit with the cold reality that that's not the easiest thing done, right? And it wasn't too long after that I became homeless. I was couch surfing, didn't have any money, couldn't scrape together, what's the saying, 2 pennies, couldn't rub 2 pennies together. And so one day I just was very fortunate. Fortune fell in my lap that this wonderful angel, who is now my best friend in the whole world, said, "Hey, I have a couch, come crash on it." And unfortunately, what had happened to my mental health was I was in a very, very bad depression, even though I found like a couch to kind of just lay my head on. And I'd go into these trances, like just stare at the wall, zoning out, like nothing, I hear nothing. And I'd have Cartoon Network on the TV, just as kind of background noise. And of course, Cartoon Network turns into Adult Stream. And before I knew it, lucky there's a Family Guy and Good Morning USA were snapping me out of these trances. I started laughing again. I started feeling again. And I started caring about me. And I guess just getting more involved in Seth's work, like watching it more, I guess, is the biggest thing. And really appreciating his sense of humor, how unapologetic he is for expressing his opinion the way he does. And you either love it or you hate it. And
was something about it liberating, Ellie?
Liberating. That's a pretty good word. I mean, if you look at if you look at his shows, these aren't the most functional families or people in the world. They're not the richest. They're not yeah, they're just this reality, but it's funny. It's hilarious. And there are lessons to be learned. There's just this sense that's, like you said, it's liberating, and you can just kind of forget the world for a while. And it was really big for me. Now, fast forward a few years from all that coming to fruition, and I am a successful business owner at this point. I'm able to do like these giveaways, and it feels so amazing. So I'm truly grateful to the guy. So
Wow.
Wow, that's a wonderful story. I'm so glad that you were able to have that experience and that you were able to emerge victorious, a bit like a phoenix, a little bit like your bangs. Red, hot, fire. You came out of something very difficult, and I pat you on the back. That kind of stuff is not easy to overcome. And that's very good. And thank you for sharing that story with us. It's incredibly intimate, and very brave, very courageous for you to share that story with us.
Thank you. No,
Hey,
sorry.
ladies and gentlemen, I need to kind of back out of here, and I'll still be in the chat. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, DJ.
Thanks, DJ. Thanks for the
Thank you, my
costumes.
friend. Yeah, thank you for making us all smile with your openness and your costumes. And we'll talk to you later, Deej. Thanks for joining us, my friend.
And just because you're leaving early does not mean we're going to let you off the hook about the Leia bit. I know there's a lot of people out there who would like to see Ellie's plan come to her channel, and for you to get all that money together for charity. And plus, I want to see you dressed as Leia, ma'am. It
wasn't, and I will say that it wasn't my idea. I guess it's been a thing they've been joking about. But I was like, he was like, "Oh, it's going to cost you $1,000." I was like, "Okay, put up or shut up." He's like, "No, I can't actually do it." So we gotta get him to do it. I wanted to say real quick. I wanted to say thank you to Peggy. You guys, like, she's an awesome woman. She said, "I've heard Ellie's story before, but it's so cool to hear it told again." And thank you. That means a lot to me, because like you were saying, Raquel, this is my story. This is who I am and why I'm doing what I'm doing. And
it's your journey.
It's my journey.
Yeah. Wow. Now, how did you? So, you from watching Seth's stuff on Cartoon Network and stuff. How did you? What first did you most like about the Orville when you first saw it? Was it the comedic component? Was it the feeling of goodwill? Was it what it was?
It was. Honestly, yeah, the comedy is good. It still kind of keeps to Seth MacFarlane's style, which I really appreciate as a fan. However, I don't know how to. I felt understood. There are a lot of topics that come up in the show, whether we realize it or if it's the spade is called a spade or not. As far as individuality, sexuality, making our own choices, religion, things like that. I guess I felt understood. I felt like maybe I wasn't so crazy and weird for my beliefs and the struggles I've had and things I've gone through. Maybe all of a sudden it wasn't that crazy because there was this great hit show on Fox that was making it so people could understand. So it was more the understanding, I guess, just the what word am I looking for? Like the content, the message, kind of a thing.
What about
looking for all of that? Are there any shows that you can think of that expressly show these cultural transformations, these moments that are touchstones to your heart and your own story, or just episodes that you think stand out in a way where they bring people together and they show the kind of ethics and morality and that state of family and being able to identify with others? Do any episodes in particular pop out from any season?
Absolutely. Well, okay. So again, when it comes to the whole family aspect, there's definitely trying to think of a certain episode, and my mind keeps going to Mauchlin's. My mind is on Mauchlin's a lot, and they're really like healthy debates that I feel like are had there because how do I explain this?
You left your heart on Mauchlis instead of San Francisco.
I must. Exactly. No, because So for example, about a girl, a lot of people were upset by that episode. I had one girl was like, I stopped watching this after that one. How could they do that? It's so wrong. And basically my response to her was, I don't think you grasped the point of the episode. The point was not to make you hate Mocklins or call them wrong for choosing to, force a baby through a sex change operation. This was to make you stop and reflect on yourself and your beliefs and whether or not you are, you force yours on others or you expect people to be like you. And a lot of times we don't see that when, that we're like, okay, this is what I think and this is what I know. So here, if you don't think and know this way, then I don't need to know you. That happens so much. So the debate kind of comes down to, because as a society, we get really upset about that. We get really upset over it. But it's kind of like Ed said throughout the episode, if a baby was born with a third leg or cleft lip, or even so far as I would say circumcision, like the baby didn't get to choose for you to take that, So can we honestly say that what they did was wrong when it's their entire culture and belief? So I love that it's very challenging when we bring in Mocklin females and getting to decide and everything. And as someone who grew up in a very strict conservative religious household, I know what it's like to have the mentality that your way is the right way and people shouldn't question it.
So if you were writing about Mockless in season 3, where would Ellie, the writer for Orville, take the Mocklin society? What would you like to see happen with the Mocklin storyline? And what sort of do you think might be a bad idea, like a direction they shouldn't go? How are you feeling about this storyline and how would you develop it? What do you want to see?
Absolutely. Great question. Thank you. I know everybody is pretty nervous about what's going to happen between Mocklins and the union coming up because we've acknowledged female Mocklins and given them sanctuary, basically. So I know that's a concern on everybody's mind. I think the biggest thing that I have actually speculated, and if I were writing, is, it's really, Topa is the focus of it because that's the only child or adolescent Mocklin that we know, right? But they're absolutely coming in, being a part of the union and being exposed to not just different cultures, different species. Look at society today. Kids with same sex parents, right? And they can look at all the other kids who have a mom and a dad, and they ask, okay, why isn't, so they get their beliefs questioned, same as vice versa. Someone with a mom and a dad questions why that person has a dad and a dad. So I think what I would really take it to is the next generation of Mocklins, is the children growing up, and they are exposed to not Mockless and not Mocklin beliefs. And what will they do? What will they do in that aspect? I asked on Latchcom, I said, if you were a Mocklin, would you stay true and follow your beliefs and everything you were taught growing up and born into and everything? Or would you be the rebellious teen type? Would you branch out? Would you ask questions? Would you go your own way? And
so you think this is going to shake the very foundation of their civilization, and that we might have some big changes coming on Mockless?
It really is. I don't honestly, I know we had the whole deal with the Kalon, but I can just see, I don't know. I can just see the Mocklins like being a big part of it. We've got Dolly Parton being the leader of the female Mocklins, you know, the voice of them, working 9 to 5. There's a lot to be had with the Mocklins. I feel like that, like, because when you think about the Krill, there is some stuff there, right? But I feel like the majority of content rests in Mocklin society, and we can all relate to it whether we realize it or not. So
where do you see Bortus and Clyden's relationship going? Do you have any hopes and aspirations for Bortus's and Clyden's relationship, or how do you see them? If you were a shrink and they came and they said, you know what, we need some marriage counseling, what would you say to Bortus and Clyden?
No, okay. So I wouldn't want it to end in divorce. Just between all of us, even if Clyden is the one who gets stabbed and killed for the divorce, I don't want it to end in divorce between them. I feel sorry for Clyden. I have known and do know plenty of people who do have, you know, rather closed minds and see things and see the world in only their point of view. They can't go outside of their point of view. I respect that. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that necessarily from their perspective, but I feel sorry for Clyden. There's so much progress to be had. There's so much understanding. Once you just fully accept, like, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not right. That's the second you like, that's the first time in your life you're 100% accurate in your statement. Hey, maybe I don't know everything. And it's very freeing. It's very liberating. I guess what I would like to see, I don't know how I could get through to Clyden as his therapist to help him start to think that way. I mean, I don't know. In the chat, you guys tell me, like
do you think that
the problem with smokes? I mean, he really likes cigarettes. We could be like,
we can't do that again.
Or no cigarettes for you.
Do you guys, let me ask you both this question. Do you think that Topa will bring up issues that will make Clyden think about his own past?
I'll let Raquel go first. I've been talking a lot.
Do I think that Topa will trigger in Clyden a sort of hamartia, where he'll recognize the error of his ways and he'll see the this rigid society, its inflexibility, and perhaps the fact that they're concealing the real situation when it comes to being a species with more than one gender. Yeah, I don't know if Topa will be the catalyst for that. Let's see what Seth does with this. There are a lot of people that are of the opinion that this storyline is about being transgender, and this storyline is about the struggles of transgender people. As a social scientist, I would beg to differ there.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at this storyline, I definitely see the UN's papers on how many women have gone missing and have been murdered in our society. There are over 300 million missing women and girls worldwide, and I think that's more where he's going with this. And so, let's see how he develops Clyden. But Clyden is very rigid. And
don't you see it, Raquel, as don't you see Seth's approach is very faceted? Like he could be touching on several different.
I do see that, but primarily, the reason why I cite this missing women and girls, is that's the overarching theme, and it shows how society can be inflexible and very rigid. Of course, when you look at one-child policies that have helped to enforce the gender side of young babies and the abandonment of young girls in third world nations and nations where there are where there's extreme poverty, or there are laws where you can't have more than one child. So I think that Seth perhaps isn't so far out in the stars in his telling of this story. I think that this is a story that a lot of people aren't aware of. I think a lot of people get on the internet and they think they understand the issues that plague society today, the catastrophic things that go on in the world. But I believe that most people would be shocked to know that there are over 300 million missing women and girls worldwide due to gendercide. So let's see how he pulls this story together. I don't think that Clyden needs to change. I think that Clyden represents that rigidity, that law, that way of thinking that is highly constrictive. And so he needs to, I think he has to be there in order to express that struggle. So let's see what Seth does.
For the most part, yeah, I would agree. Towards the ending statements there, I do believe that for us to understand what has been happening, that yes, Clyden has to stay the same, but part of my concern is that when you are as stiff as a board and all this weight keeps being put upon you, I'm not saying necessarily by other people's beliefs or them thinking that he's wrong, but there is, you've got to be able to maybe bend and flex. Or do we say, screw that, you don't try to change Clyden just because you are believed, like this whole, I'm gonna tell you, this whole everyone hates Clyden. These whole past few years, it has been he needs to change, or they need to divorce and Clyden's the one who dies, or this and this and that. But aren't you just as bad as Clyden thinking those things when you're saying he needs to respect other people's beliefs? You need to respect his as well. So I really love that you brought that up, Raquel, because it's a conflict. It's one of those things I'm talking about. Like, are you contradicting yourself? Everybody needs to kind of take a step back and look at the whole picture. And I believe Seth makes us do that.
Reason, right, Ellie? There are limits to reason. We're not going to reform every person who believes that it's better to have a boy than to have a girl. And there's going to be this emotional and intellectual reckoning in the public at large when they realize that this is the larger issue that's hiding behind the curtain about a girl. So let's see what he does. But you know what? I really like the way that he's handled it so far. He's not gone into a didactic, stranglehold message on what he wants us to think and what he wants us to believe. He's really taken a Gene Roddenberry approach and has said, look, these are the players. These are the stakes. This is what's happened. And you walk away and you think about how you feel about it. So he's left it up to us to think about these things and to discuss these things. And that's really how you change a society, is, not by walking up to people and hammering them on the head, but, enticing them to entertain ideas that aren't their own and to entertain information.
Yes, you just summed it all up perfectly. That's why, I guess that's what I'm trying to, kind of help people reach out and get the messages they get from it. Like you were saying about all the missing women, I didn't, I wasn't aware of that, but I never really would have associated the Mocklin story to that issue in the world, because it's an issue. We know it, but
actually it's interesting. Let me just say, Ellie, real quick, that it's interesting because the Mocklin's defense was, when in the episode, was that that it was the female Macklin Planet was a child trafficking operation, which was interesting. But go
Oh,
ahead, Ellie.
snap. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. See, and that's what I want. Like, look, I'm learning things. I'm growing. I'm by being able to talk and get all this feedback from the community, my eyes are being open to more. So I guess that's what I'm really trying to do with the Orville Family channel and platform is just, you know, this is a safe space to learn and grow. And whether you decide to open up your mind or you listen to all of it and you say, you know what, I'm good the way I am. At the end of the day, we love and support you, you know? So absolutely. Oh, sorry, somebody said something in the chat and I wanted to say, I think it was Kronos had said something about the upvoting episode, and I don't want to like we could go through every single episode.
Majority
but that
rules.
Was,
Yeah, that's
majority rules. Thank you. That me personally, and I mean we can keep it brief, but me personally, I saw that as like basically social media. In the world today. That's how I interpreted that one, but I'm curious if you guys maybe got something else out of it.
well, I
Go ahead,
yeah, I
Pete.
would agree. It's the mass judgment of people. Go ahead, Raquel.
Well, you know, I can just speak to the issue as far as, you know, there are a lot of studies in social science and in comm theory and sociology and psychology, and it really talks about how, you know, we're actually getting hits of dopamine. The serotonin's going through the roof when we're getting these pleasure centers stimulated by people hearting and liking and thumbs upping everything we say and do. And it's actually a physical reaction. It's no longer just about, you know, it's just a thumb. This has become integral to our communications. People, there are many people who even validate their being, their person, their very person, and their value in society based on these interactions and these likes and these hearts and these smiles and these hugs and kisses they get online. They may only be emojis to us, but we are definitely, our communications are transforming in our society, and some of it is for the better, and some of it not so good.
No, and I definitely go ahead. Sorry.
Once again, I just think it's Seth tickling our brain. He's saying,
exactly.
Look, have a talk on this. And, you know, Peggy brought it up, and I've actually said the same thing myself in the past, is these are water cooler conversations. You go to work the next day and you say, oh my gosh, did you see that episode? Can you believe that happened? Oh, well, my uncle said blah, blah, and oh, my sister said, ah, you know, and then all of a sudden people really start talking about these really, really challenging issues and finding common ground and finding a way to discuss it in a civilized manner. And we certainly need a lot more of that in the world today.
Well, and personally, I know, well, not personally, I've just seen him tweet about it, but I know Seth has an issue like with misinformation being spread via these social media platforms, that people do get very careless and abusive, or they want to mislead and misdirect. And that's like the first thing in the episode. She's like, I don't know, this guy looks gross, I'm going to downvote him. I don't know what he did, but I'm going to downvote him. And, you know, I think that's part of it too. Like, hey, go ahead and step back and think about this for a second. So absolutely.
Yeah, it was very much like the Black Mirror episode. I don't know when the writers had this majority rule episode in their back pocket, but or if they came first, or if the Black Mirror episode came first. But it's certainly a reoccurring theme in our science fiction universe right now, because it is affecting society. It's affecting our social groups. It's affecting our mental well-being, and it's affecting the way that we communicate and how we even value the way that we talk with one another and what we say.
Absolutely. And like Peggy said, earlier, I will. I'm going to go through several things about it's going to take multiple streamings for everything I want to get into. I know that sounds super boring, but I promise I will make it fun. I will make it interesting, and it will be all about you guys in the chat because that's, again, I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to learn. I want to know what everyone's opinion is.
Mhm.
So definitely looking to go over episodes and everything one by one in the channel so you don't miss a thing. But
Will
thanks
you
for
have guests, Ellie? And if you are going to have guests, what kind of guests are you thinking of having on your show?
I really so the ongoing joke, but I'm very serious about it. I don't know if Jim Henry is in here, but I'm very serious about it. We are going to debate about that mustache on Bordis.
Oh, the Tom Selleck mustache.
Yes,
When
my
you do that episode, will you do me a favor? Will you just play just a legal snippet? Just, I think it's 7 seconds is legal of the introduction to Magnum PI. Just do it for me. You know what I mean?
All right.
Put it
You
back
got
to
it.
the
I'm
next-
writing it down. I'm writing it down.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you mean on Ellie's channel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah, that would be hysterical when you do the mustache, the great mustache debate. Please, let's bring in all the mustachioed men and let's have a throwdown.
yes. I want to have, just because in the video I made, the very first video, I say, we made some mistakes, big ones, and then I have, Bordis's mustache there, and Jim Henry, he came at me. No, just kidding. It wasn't it wasn't bad. But he was like, first of all, Bordis's mustache was not a mistake. And I was like, dude, we have to debate this during one of my streams. So to answer the question, it's Orville Family. Orville Family will be coming on. I'm going to do, basically what I'm going to do is like a new episode of your favorite show. It comes out once a week at a certain time. That's what I'm planning on doing. Probably Friday or Saturday this weekend. I seriously haven't decided that, and I'm sorry. I should be better and have a date for you guys. But no, my guests are mainly going to be just Orville Family. Maybe Scott Grimes will be super cool and come on. Him and Adrian did a cute little cameo for me.
Wasn't that great?
I was so like, if you guys haven't seen it, I'm sorry.
I'm going to go play that, actually. Do you want to play
This
it?
is what I mean.
Yeah.
Let's play all of her multimedia. This is what I'm saying. We got to bring this to the people.
Oh yeah, maybe we should, while PJ's pulling that up, we should start a sign-up list. Peggy will be in control of the sign-up list. Please bother Peggy if you would like to be a guest on my. Just kidding. No. You guys, feel free to hit me up. Like I said, my DMs are open. My heart is open. I'm an ear. If I can help you in some way through something you're going through, I will find it. So absolutely. Let me know. I love you, Peggy. Yeah, let me
Ellie,
know.
what?
Hi, Adega. Sorry.
Go ahead. No.
What were you gonna?
I was just going to ask you a question. I wanted to, while I bring this up, I wanted to go back to when Raquel, we were asking you about the what you had liked about the Orville, and so there were several comments about hope, about family, and I wanted to, I guess I wanted to kind of just summarize that. I think one of the things that we're identifying is from the Orville is inclusiveness.
Yes.
We're including all kinds of types of people, all kinds of genders, race, even the fact that there's a ex-husband and wife that have to work together.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody is included in this bunch, in this unique bunch of people. So what do you guys feel about that?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Raquel. No, you go ahead.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, I just think that in our world today, in our science fiction, in our politics, in our social media, it seems to be obsessed with these periphery thinking. It's not enough. To be on the very edge of partisanship. You have to be on the very, very edge, gripping with just your little pinky finger. And so, because of this, a lot of our arts and entertainment have become polarized, and that polarization creates otherness, and everything is trying to accentuate this tribalism, this difference in all of us, and how we're all different, and we're so unique that we're isolated, we're alone, and everyone is an other. No one is just like me, and I think that that's been very hurtful to our society. I don't think it's been productive. And I think that's why people are so awash in joy with the Orville, is because the Orville has managed to not go there. So I wouldn't say that it's a super inclusive show. I would say that it seeks to not polarize and not accentuate the otherness, the difference in people. And we haven't had that since 2005, the last edition of what I would consider as Gene Roddenberry's Star Trek. So I think people are...
And that's very well said. Very well said, Raquel.
They want away from all this dystopian crap. And the Orville is the outlet for that.
Yes. And, you know, I would probably just say the acceptance, like Raquel was saying, there's a way of highlighting so many differences in race and beliefs and where you stand just as a person in general. Seth highlights all of that. And at the same time, he makes it no big deal. Like, he doesn't put a shining spotlight on this green, slimy mass that's trying to hook up with the ship doctor, but he's still there and you know him. So it's like, I don't have to feel singled out, but I know that my differences are accepted through the show, and I absolutely, I love it. So
walking a mile in somebody else's shoes is the single determining factor for building empathy. And I think that for over a decade in our arts and entertainment, people have been trying to push one another outside of their own bubble. And what it has done is it is emotionally and intellectually and spiritually isolated everyone. It has not been good for us. If I want to know you and I want to compassionate you and believe in you and you're going to be a part of my society, I first need to know you and accept you and learn about you and to think about you as I think of myself. And we stopped doing that. I think we were getting really close to that, and then we just suddenly fell off a cliff and stopped focusing on that. And it's a real shame. So thank goodness that Seth has had the cojones to come forward and say, you know what? No. Everybody all aboard. Everybody, you all belong to one another.
Absolutely. I see that Dave just said we just need well-written characters. I don't give a fig what gender, sexual orientation they are. Is so true. Where's the good content these days?
Yes.
When is the last time you really felt like a creator has put so much effort into developing characters?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I love that you said that, Dave. I just want to point that out.
Well, I like the fact that you brought up Yaphet, because I don't feel like Yaphet is different than us, and that's an extreme example of how someone can have a completely different physical form and yet be one of us. And Yaphet is definitely one of us. He's goofy. He says the wrong thing. All of us say the wrong thing. We're not trying to exemplify political ideas, but to actually just be human beings, to be people, and to tell good stories.
Absolutely. Looks like we got a little something.
Yeah. I am gonna mute you ladies 1 sec, and I'm gonna play it. Okay.
How dare you?
I'm gonna play it twice. I'm gonna play it twice so people can hear it. Okay.
Okay.
And I think this is the right one. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, that's the right one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Alrighty.
Hi, Ellie, and everyone at the Gelogia stream. All the Orville fans, how are you? This is Scott Grimes, aka Gordon Malloy. Thank you so much for watching this. We are all about our fans. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for our fans. We are in the middle of third season. We were in the middle of doing the third season, but something came up while we were filming. But we're going to continue. It's going to be the best season ever. Hope you enjoy this YouTube channel. This is Captain Gordon Malloy saying...
Excuse me.
Oh, shit.
Captain?
Sorry, Commander.
That's right.
This is Lieutenant. What are you? You're Commander.
I'm Commander.
Commander, sorry, yeah. This is Lieutenant Gordon Malloy saying thank you, and I hope you enjoy the channel. I'm sorry that I swore, Commander.
Get out of my seat.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. Hi, Ellie, and everyone at the Gelogia stream. All the Orville fans, how are you? This is Scott Grimes, aka Gordon Malloy. Thank you so much for watching this. We are all about our fans. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for our fans. We are in the middle of third season. We were in the middle of doing the third season, but something came up while we were filming. But we're going to continue. It's going to be the best season ever. Hope you enjoy this YouTube channel. This is Captain Gordon Malloy saying...
Excuse me.
Oh, shit.
Captain?
Sorry, Commander.
That's right.
This is Lieutenant. What are you? You're Commander.
I'm Commander.
Commander, sorry, yeah. This is Lieutenant Gordon Malloy saying thank you, and I hope you enjoy the channel. I'm sorry that I swore, Commander.
Get out of my seat.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
Wow. So Ellie, and that was awesome. Let's see, Mia. Lady.
Yes, I'm unmuted now. Yes. Oh my God. I got it. I opened it. I LOL'd in real life. And this is what I'm talking about, because it's not just the characters written, and it's not just the fans that are a part of this family. Like, these actors genuinely care. They genuinely feel this, and they genuinely appreciate that. And I genuinely believe that. Genuinely.
You have to put that into an editing program, and you need to splice that into your intro video for your channel. Because, wow, what a welcome. I love that he said, hello, Ellie. Hello, Orville family. That's great. You have to splice that into your intro video for your channel. Do it.
I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. I'm reaching out to some people who are a little bit more tech savvy than me.
And I can help you with that if you want, Ellie.
Yes.
I've done that with my...
It's just, I feel like PJ is a busy guy. You've got your channel and all these people that need you, but absolutely, PJ, anybody who can help me with this. I'm very excited. There's a lot of content I want to get out there, and I actually thought about that because I think it was, I can't remember whose channel, and I don't want to promote the wrong one. Maybe it was Bird of Prey. But basically, yeah, a star from one of the shows had done something like that for him. And he just like brought it across the screen, and she said this cute little thing, and he's like, oh yeah, thank you, thanks for stopping by, or something. It was really cute. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do this with my cameos. So, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, well, I mean, I can help you with that if you want. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Let's talk. But
we've gotten a lot of shout outs, and some of them are from Cameo, and we incorporated them into something for the channel, like Raquel is saying. So yeah.
Nice. Yes, absolutely.
It was Bird of Prey.
It was Bird of Prey. Yep. And I love that. I love that you did that on your channel. He was just darling with it. So, Absolutely. There's a lot of content I'm looking to bring. There's a lot I'm willing to do for this family and this community. Um,
Now that brings us to my next question.
yeah.
I know you're not ready to talk about some of the other stuff you're working on, but maybe you can give us hints of the direction you're going in, perhaps.
Okay. So I actually did tease about this a little bit last night. So I will, without getting into too much detail, it is going to happen whenever and however. There will be a Orville Con. There will be a gathering of Orvillians.
Wow.
Yes, we will have an event all our own where we all get to come together. Every person who has either been touched by this show or is interested in it, all the sci-fi nerds and everything, we will have this opportunity that is more Orville focused. Of course, it's going to be, there are a lot of things up in the air. There are a lot of things contingent on the state of the world right now. But just
That's
so
a big
you
deal,
guys,
Ellie. Just the fact that you're thinking about doing it is a big deal. I mean, fans should be excited. Wow.
No, yes, I am very excited. I just knew that it had to happen. It needs to happen some way for our fandom. Like Raquel was saying, it's gonna keep growing. And the more people in our family that get to feel this love and understanding, the happier I am. The more, I'm not saying like convert everybody to the Orville, like it's the religion that you need to like shove on them or something. I'm just saying, um, there's a huge acceptance. There's inclusiveness. There's just this great understanding and sense of family that you get from everyone a part of the show. Tom Castino, I follow him on Twitter. Just like so down to earth. He's so cool. I hope I said his last name right. I feel really bad if he like rewatches this in a second.
Yeah, Costantino. Yeah.
Costantino, yes. So it's, if I can, just make sure enough people have the opportunity to experience what they can from this. That's really become kind of my passion project. So yes, look forward to it, guys. It will happen. I'm giving you my word. Don't know when, but we are going to have an Orville family gathering. So.
Wow. Any words on that, Raquel? Any thoughts on that?
Well, there are half a dozen dissertations that talk about Star Trek as a religion and how it helped form a sense of community and purpose and morality and ethics, and in an entire generation of atheists and agnostics. So I would definitely say, Ellie, you're not reaching too far. If Seth is aspiring to bring people together to celebrate ideas instead of to nitpick and ruin one another, this is just great. I mean, imagine the cosplay. Imagine the cosplay that would go down if you had an event like this. I'm pretty sure a lot of Star Trek people would show up and a lot of cosplayers would show up.
Absolutely.
The quarantine and all of that pending, because it's that is going to be an incredible thing to navigate on a go forward basis. I know a lot of people are quite hopeful, but wow, what the cons are like. The cons are, we're jowl to jowl, sweaty in those rooms.
I know.
It's not very good for the vid. So we'll see.
We will definitely be seeing. Of course, I'm not going to push anything or proceed forward if it's going to, be a risk. However, this is just something I'm really passionate about doing and getting done. So, and I kind of want. Mr. Mouse says it's been getting hot these past few days. I'm sorry. I part of my incentive in moving forward with this is giving you all I hope, giving you all something to look forward to and a reason to keep getting up every day and to keep caring and to keep trying, because I know it's really hard right now. It is so hard.
Let me just stop you, Ellie, 1 second here.
Sorry.
And because I've been no, you have to say sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I want to say that I've gotten, in the last couple of months, I've gotten to know Ellie, pretty well. And I just want to let everybody know that she is such a giver. And when she's talking about putting this all together for everyone, she is really coming from a place of service to others. And I think that's just fantastic. And I really think it's the best. It's one of the best characteristics of humanity represented in this young lady. So thank you, Ellie, for doing this out of service to everyone else.
Thank you, PJ. Yeah, I honestly just I know it's a great trait, but this is going to sound awful too. I just don't know another way to be. Like, I am truly happy in and of myself. I have found true happiness and zen and everything. But if I weren't giving and doing everything I can to help the people I care about, I wouldn't, I guess, be fulfilled. I don't know. So it's I don't think it's a choice. It's not a choice lifestyle. I have to just help. And I've been so fortunate. That nobody has, tried to take advantage, because our community is really amazing. I haven't ever had people try to come and take advantage of my kindness, and everyone's been really great about the giveaways. I have people who are like, hey, I won the $100 last month. Let me retweet this so someone else can win this month. So, and I'm sorry, that's something I do. I do $100 giveaways every month while trying to promote a certain cause.
Great incentive. Great incentive. And I will say, behind the scenes, I would just like everyone in Orville Nation and the Orville family to know that Ellie approached me in private we have a mutual friend who had something terrible happen. And Ellie donated money to this person in secret. She did not ask for a pat on the back for it. She did not advertise it. She just very quietly got a hold of me and said, Raquel, can I help? And I just want you to know that I 2,000% back what PJ has said about this fine young woman, because she really is a great person. And those $100 giveaways aren't just ways of incentivizing you visiting her channel. She is a really caring person who does a lot of nice things for a lot of nice people. I just wanted to say that.
That's so sweet.
Oh, did we also bring up Star Trek Nitpicker at 5:03 p.m.? I just wanted to address that one. Star Trek Nitpickers. Yeah, Roddenberry said he could have made a Star Trek a religion. He was influenced by humanism. Yes, later on in his career, he was giving several interviews in humanist magazines, and he did believe in humanism. And yes, when he was approached in an interview to discuss what he thought of L. Ron Hubbard taking his novels and turning them into the religion Scientology. Of course, Roddenberry laughed and said, "Well, yeah, I could have made Star Trek a religion too." So, yes, that is true, and that's how it came about. Was through L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology.
And let me just address Mr. Miles' comment here. Thank you, Raquel, for sharing that. Really, Ellie doesn't really do this through YouTube. She does it more on other social media like Twitter and stuff. So, but thank you, Mr. Miles.
I think he's kind of saying, like, maybe YouTube will flag the video if I bring up those words too much or talk about money and stuff, because they're like, hey, this person's trying to buy. I don't know. That's kind of what I got from it. So I do appreciate that warning. I would really hate for YouTube to flag PJ. So
Well, I don't know what the laws are in the United States, but in Canada, that would be perfectly legal because you're not taking anything in return. You're just doing giveaways to your viewers. It's something that we do in radio and television. It's very common. If you wanted to give out a T-shirt that said, you know, Ellie loves her Orville family or whatever have you, or $20 or $5 or a nickel, that would be neither here nor there in Canada according to our broadcasting standards. So I would be surprised to learn that the United States was any different because, of course, we share the common law.
Yeah.
Okay. I see your comment,
ahead.
Mr. Miles. No, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you. Yeah, I see your comment, Mr. Miles. I understand. Yeah. Yeah, it's in passing, but it's a good warning for her on her channel to avoid.
Absolutely. If you guys want to find out more about it, just, you know, hit me up on Twitter. Like PJ was saying at the beginning, it's Ellie Richie 789 because 7
again.
did.
Oh, really?
7,
Mr. Miles,
7,
I didn't know that. 5:09 p.m. That's very important. We need to put that up. That is something I'm not aware of. I'm no YouTube jock, that's for sure. Let's highlight that. Giveaways were made against the rules in YouTube's policy in 2016. That's something I'm not aware of. That's not typical of broadcasting, Mr. Miles. Giveaways are quite common, so that's shocking.
Yeah, you're right, Raquel. It's definitely not common in broadcasting. Yeah.
Yeah, at the end of the day, like, I'm not trying to buy your follows or anything, definitely. I'd really appreciate the heads up. I would, you know, I'd hate to break rules, even though rules were definitely made to be broken. But no, I was just gonna say, sorry, Ellie Richie 7, I gotta get my cute little joke in. It's 789 because 7 did eat 9, but 7 ate 6 too. But Ellie Richie just 789. So,
so bad, baby girl. So bad.
Let me just say though too that rules are meant to be broken that's very a certain part of Captain Kirk's character in a certain light. Some rules are meant to be broken.
Absolutely. Oh, I didn't think you were trying to say I was doing anything wrong, Mr. Miles. I really do appreciate it. Shows you care. Because if you didn't care, if you're like, oh, whatever about this channel, you wouldn't have said anything. So I do appreciate you bringing it up. We're best friends. You're
Mr.
good.
Miles looks out for the community with his yeah. And guys, everybody has wow, Orville family already has 64 subs. Wow, that's great for just starting.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
If anybody hasn't subbed, I'm putting in the link again, so please do. I want to ask you where I know you're going to start your first stream, and I know what kind of content are you thinking about starting out with?
Oh God, see, so I want to get into Mocklins like right away. My heart is on Mocklins for sure. But I figure at the beginning we're going to take it easy every now and then. I had reached out on Twitter, just been like, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? And surprisingly, a lot of them were like, we just want your opinions, your views on the show. Who would you ship? Who do you relate to the most, and things like that. And so I think that would be a fun introduction video. Maybe have someone on with me and we just kind of go back and forth feeding off of each other. While again, I love feeding off the chat. I've realized as I've started doing some live streams and joining live streams. So absolutely, you guys are going to be there, and I want you putting in your opinions 100%. And just really getting that feedback. So our first show is going to be pretty chill. We're not going to get into the heavy stuff yet. We're not going to debate about Bortus's mustache yet, because that's really, really heavy. Okay, that was heavy. But excuse me. Absolutely. It's. I mean, just expect Orville. A lot of Orville, but the messages and lessons that come with the Orville Brush up on your Orville. Just watch a lot of Orville. Orville.
VP, welcome. And yes, Bird of Prey, yes, in broadcasting, you are correct. There's nothing, unsavory going on when you incentivize. You said a neurotic Gary gave away $1,000 twice in recent months on his YouTube channel without issue. Yes, and this is quite typical. A radio station will give away a car. I mean, the only time that something would become improprietous is, of course, if something was at stake that would be clandestine and perhaps illegal, like buying votes or incentivizing alcohol consumption or cigarette or illicit drugs. And of course, that's not what's happening here. People are just watching a YouTube show and getting a t-shirt or getting stickers. And then they, of course, buy stickers back and promote that channel. So yeah, I don't understand it. I would like to see proof of it. Because it sounds rather silly to me. She's not a politician buying votes. She's somebody who is basically running something that would be akin to a radio channel and is doing nice things for her listeners. So there's nothing weird about it. There's nothing bad about it. And great comment.
Can I say something, Rika? From the first time I saw you, I think it was the last Power Women's Wednesday. No, just kidding. We didn't do Power Women's Wednesday last week. The week before, I was like, I didn't know. I really didn't know much about you, but the way you say about, I love. That's like my favorite thing about Canadian. And yours isn't super heavy, but it's still there. I was like, oh my God, she's from Canada. She's from Canada, you guys. Oh my God.
I am from Canada.
I love it.
Now, are you going to be doing? I saw Peggy mention it before, and we're going to be doing reviews as season 3. As we get closer to season 3, we're going to be reviewing season 1 and 2 because I haven't done it yet on the channel. Are you going to be reviewing episodes, Ellie?
Reviewing, you said?
Episodes of the Orville? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a heck of a good idea as a go-forward format for season 3 to have a post-show hash out. That would be pretty intense and a lot of fun, Ellie. I was thinking the same thing.
That was so crazy. I was thinking about that too. So here's a vision. I'm a big dreamer. I just put like the craziest out there and wait for it to come back. But I was like, dude, wouldn't it be so cool if I could make Orville Con happen before the release, before the premiere of season 3, and the first few days before the premiere, we're all just like together, we're chilling, we're watching and going through seasons 1 and 2, and then it's just like this epic, like watch the premiere in a big, huge movie theater or something. Like, yes, I want us all to be together and to be able to discuss this, and that's why I've taken the YouTube route. Is because that's how I can connect to everyone I love. And yes, I do plan on when the new season comes out to kind of, however that's going to be set up. I want to be able to review and discuss in that moment what people think and feel, because I've realized there are basically there's two different things. Well, no, I guess it's a progression thing, but there's the initial shock, right? There's that initial feeling and how your mind processes it then. And then as we go on and over time and everything starts to kind of just settle in, we start to see things differently. We notice things we didn't before. And so I really like the perspective of now or then versus now kind of a thing. So I was kind of looking to do like that, however you do that live review. So.
Yeah, I think that that might be a way of facilitating it if that's the idea. Maybe buying yourself a GoPro and maybe going to your to a local theater or maybe a theater in Vegas, and maybe they could take care of the social distancing for you, because I know there are theaters are now petitioning formal social distancing measures. And of course, the Orville season 3 could be played on the big screen at a smaller indie house. And of course, the social distancing could be enforced. And then everyone could just sort of stand up and and pose their questions and talk, and you could go pro it and broadcast
Yeah.
it now.
I know I have so much, and I think that's important right now is whether it's the Orville or whatever else brings you joy, to find it in these times. And I love that idea. I love just getting everyone involved again. So I love that idea of just being able to I guess broadcast that in live chat and everything. So
That would be so fun.
I know. You'd have to be my co-host though, Raquel.
Oh, I'll
we
be
can
there. Call on me.
PJ can stay in the background, but you and I.
This is Power Women Wednesday.
Are we gonna see Ellie in Orville cosplay uniform?
Okay, so oh yeah, let's circle back to that because Raquel was bringing up. So I will say that don't expect it so you can be surprised when it happens. No, definitely something I'm looking into also. Sorry, I was looking at the comments and stuff. I apologize. Also, one of my visions, this is so cheesy. This is the koala princess in me. At the end of Orville Con, we just have a huge galactic ball where those cosplay, and you get to be whatever species you've ever wanted. So you can be a Mocklin that comes to the ball, or Selayan or something. It'll just be this huge thing. So I'm definitely getting into the cosplay aspect of everything. I've been looking up uniforms online, kind of playing with like my own
online wear. I mean, Orville is like a professional sewing cosplayer's cosplay.
I can't. That's not me.
I know.
Get
That's
me
not
in touch
me
with those
either.
people.
So spill your guts, Ellie. Where are you seeing these decent?
I'm not. I seriously, like, I just started with simple Googling and stuff. There are a couple of websites that sponsor a product and everything. There are, I don't know where Eric got his. I can't remember, but he was pretty accurate where you can get like a full suit online. I can't think of the store.
Are we talking about The Smoke?
Yeah, Eric the Smoke.
Oh yeah, I love that guy. What a sweetheart he is.
He's amazing. I love him.
Yeah. Hysterical. He's so hysterical. He's so funny.
He's
full of energy. He has like 1,000,007 stories, and each one of them is cool.
Right. Definitely. I aspire to be like him. His wife is darling. They're just great people. But yes, he has bought his own uniform. I think he brought it up in one of PJ's interviews with him. He bought his own uniform. I don't know from where. I know he didn't make it though, or have it made. But I have seen ones online. It's mostly for engineering or crap. What's the blue one? Now I just totally officer status. So just the blue and the orange. Command. Thank you. So just blue and orange. I've seen. I haven't really seen any red or green ones yet. But you can definitely Google them, find them online. Yeah, it's there. So
yeah, they're not easy to execute, and I think that's why everyone is so hesitant because they're such an elaborate and well-made costume that it's going to require some work. It's like waking up one morning and saying, "I think I want to cosplay Klingon."
It doesn't just happen.
Right. It's like that's like a year. You got to cook that in the lab for a year.
I was asked that, like, are you going to get into cosplay? And after watching your whole thing with Joe and that what I was like, I don't think I could do this. This is like a full-time career. Like, oh my God.
Yeah,
So
well,
maybe
something
I'll
that
just
we
get
didn't
some.
talk about though on that show that's really super important, and I was trying to bring it up is that not everyone who cosplays just does it one or two times. There are people who perfect their costumes, and so they do them over and over again. It was kind of funny because PJ got he sort of got talked over in the interview, but PJ was trying to bring up the fact that I've perfected my Andorian cosplay because I do it so often. I do it at Rapid Fire Theater. I do it at the
Yes.
Citadel Theater. I do it at the Edmonton
Great, wow.
Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
And so I've created that character. So I would
Wow.
definitely be willing to create a character in the Orville universe if it meant having a super high quality uniform.
I love it. No, I do. Going back, just real quick, Peggy had mentioned, she said, so I brought this up. PJ already knows where I'm going with this, but she said, the ball will serve Chilean tequila. Somebody give me the recipe on how to make that in earth alcohols, and I will make sure it's there. Just kidding, but
So
yeah,
Chilean tequila is going to be pretty heavy, I would imagine.
it's gonna be crazy. Like, well, it's
Gravity
gonna be
defying.
yeah, I want to make it happen, but
I want to go ahead and just go ahead, finish your thought, Ellie.
no, I'm sorry, my throat is getting a little clogged up, but no, I'm okay. But no, absolutely, there are so many ideas too. That's why I want to get so much of the community involved, because things like Chilean tequila, you know, we talked about what species would you dream up and want to be on the Orville? I think that was asked of me, and it was fun. But that's something you have on the screen. And absolutely, I just want the creativity to flow. So please never hold back. If you feel like you have a dumb idea, I'll tell you straight up, like, that was stupid. Don't say it again. Just I will never say that. There are no dumb ideas. There's nothing too crazy. I mean, we fell in love with a slime ball that talks and plays guitar, right? So yes. Tell me, share. Go ahead, PJ.
I just wanted to share, because you ladies, we've been talking about cosplay, and I just wanted to get everyone's feedback in the chat and Raquel's and Ellie's. We were looking before at the launch for the SpaceX mission, and some people have been commenting, and I guess I was gonna, let me ask Raquel first. Some people said that these look very Star Trek, these astronaut suits.
Yeah, they do. And it totally blew me away. And I actually squealed like an 11-year-old girl when I saw the helmets, because it's so wonderful. You know what I mean? Prior to this, we sort of had that steampunk going underwater with the big suit with the big noodle coming out, and it looked ridiculous. These look so slim. They look so sexy. And they really, they look like something out of First Contact. Now, First Contact is not my favorite movie, given that, I'm a TOS person. But yeah, props, man. These are sexy. First Contact. I can imagine the guys out cutting the hull with a blowtorch.
And that's what I thought. I thought First Contact too. Some people mentioned Enterprise, but I thought First Contact.
Yes, they're very much like when Worf goes out onto the hull and has to start chopping off Borg limbs. Yeah, they look so good. What an improvement in the helmet. Like before, it was like they had an inverted fishbowl on their head. And now we have this sexy, like, we're living the future, guys. Get excited again. We're living in the future.
Yeah, really.
No, that's absolutely what I was going to say, is that it's really cool to see the progression, to see us moving in to the future and to the next. And I mean, I'm sure for everyone, but I don't think it's too crazy for me to say that, more so for sci-fi nerds, right? Because it's been our dream this entire time, is just dreaming up the future and what's going like, well, back in the 80s, we were supposed to have flying cars like 10 years ago or something, hovering skateboards and stuff like that, you know. Like,
Yeah.
so it's cool because these are the things that people like us dream up and dream up every single day, and it's so cool to see it happening. Absolutely.
Great, love it. Yeah, very impressive. And this is all private. This is the really freaky thing about all of this, is that this is private. And just try and grapple with that in your mind for a second. Imagine paying for this. Imagine footing the bill for this little ditty. This isn't a night out to the pub for a couple of pints of Guinness. This is something serious. I can't imagine.
It's an investment for sure.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. You're burning money.
And let me just throw this idea out there. The Planetary Union barber, Ellie would be a great guest for Tian. Her new Orville channel would be a great guest for the Planetary Union barber. Just throwing that idea out there.
You're telling me that 14 would be a good guess?
Well, both actually. I beg to
differ because I'm just kidding. No, I've actually thought about that. I especially thought about that with Bortus's mustache conversation, but I'm afraid if I bring 14 on, I will definitely lose. Like, maybe against Jim, I have a chance, but I'd be a Schiz Creek seriously with him. But no, I think he is. Just a shout out. All of you are amazing, but 14 does have some really good ideas and insights. You guys should see him and Odega go back and forth. It's like being in this epic, like, just battle of wits where they're on the same team. I don't even know how to explain it. So it would definitely be awesome.
Very nice.
Well, tell us, Ellie. What's I know you haven't picked your streaming schedule yet, but do you want to tell us, before we wrap things up? Do you want to tell us where, what we're going to be expecting to see, or when? Maybe very soon. Are we talking about maybe starting streaming in the next 10 days, or what?
Yeah, I was actually going to do my first show either Friday or Saturday. Depending on what's going to work best for my Orville family. I'm definitely that kind of person. Like I said, I'm going to pick a day and I'm going to pick a time and I'm going to stick to it. And I want to be as accommodating as I can, but I'll respect your time if you respect mine. So everybody hit me up, please. DM me on Twitter. I know we have so many people, like PJ, he's in freaking Spain right now. 14 Barbers in the UK. We have people in Sydney and just everywhere. Tell me the times you guys like, and I'll see if I can work it into this just one beautiful gathering of Orvillians.
At the times where everyone else is broadcasting as well. Because you'll find that, there are about 200 people on YouTube that are basically all in the same audience. It's the same demographic. It's the same psychographic. And
Sure.
they migrate like Canada geese. And so you definitely want to find yourself in harmony with everything that's going on, because it will increase your numbers.
Absolutely. I do. Well, now I'm getting a little clarification. I don't know what Kronos is asking. I'm sorry, but you mean I should time it kind of like up with them, like
Yes.
PJ goes, then I go, then I definitely
Yes.
don't want to step over any Orville Nation toes.
Oh no, it's not about stepping
sure.
on toes, because there will be times where you're going to interview people and you're going to have to pull the trigger and do it anyways. No, my comments go to the fact that there are about 200, approximately in my estimation, about 200 people who frequent this subset of channels. They all have the same psychographic. They are the same demographic. So they're watching the same shows. Their interests are the same. They're friends. how they know each other on Twitter and so on and so forth. So they tend to move around like a flock of geese. So they'll fly from one channel to another to another. So I just wanted you to be aware that if you don't fall in sync with the flock, that you might not be able to hit as high a numbers as you potentially could get. So while you're choosing that time, keep that in mind, because that would be fantastic for you, and also fantastic for the community, because it could wind up filling a niche, filling a hole that nobody else has filled, right?
Yeah, there may be a few. There may be some time slots that you might take advantage of. I think Raquel is saying.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I'll definitely have to get the feedback from my fellow streamers, from PJ. I am really excited. Yes, please don't use acronyms with me, Mr. Miles. Not yet.
No, he's actually clarifying Kronos. What Kronos wrote ST Star Trek.
Yeah. Right. Thank you. Because when y'all were talking Star Trek Discovery, I kind of just sat in the audience for the longest time. Like, would it be weird if I point out, like, does everybody know they're saying STD right now? So please don't use acronyms.
Yes, the thing is that people will avoid conflict, or they will embrace conflict. And so we try on this channel, I don't speak for PJ, but I do speak for my participation in this channel. We try and stay as neutral as possible. So we don't disparage anybody else's opinions. We try to embrace everyone here and give everyone a fair hearing. And we like to make sure that everybody stays polite and kind, because nobody wants to watch something unsightly. But yes, there is a ton of conflict in the Star Wars and Star Trek universe.
I've noticed that. I asked for advice, and they're like, don't watch any of the new stuff. That's the biggest feedback I get. I'm like, I promise I'm not gonna touch it. I promise. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to get it all underway. And I really hope you guys are excited, because you guys I don't even know how to tell all of you people rewatching this, people in the chat, PJ, you guys are the reason I'm doing this. Like, yes, Seth's work, but this family, you guys are the reason I'm even doing this. So please, I hope you're excited. I hope you subscribe. And LDG just showed up. What's up? But I don't know. I'm really looking forward to it. So.
Well, yeah. So I think that it's an amazing opportunity, and I'm going to put the channel up and Ellie's Twitter up one more time. I think that everybody's is a brand new Orville channel. It's definitely it's it's coming from a very different place. Ellie's, again, let me just say for anybody who's joining us, Ellie's fandom of the Orville is coming from a different place than many of you. It's not coming from Star Trek translating into or transmuting into Orville, but it's coming more from a love of Seth MacFarlane's comedy. And I guess that comedy was very uplifting for many people, and that's where her fandom is coming from. So. And I'm putting all these links in again. So please, any final words, Raquel, that you want to?
I just want to thank everyone for coming today. I want to thank the whole chat for your interactions and for showing up and just allowing us to come into your telephones and your laptops and your screens. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of your afternoon. And thank you for coming here to support Ellie. Ellie, you are a charming and kind and fun person, and I wanted to welcome you to the beginning of your Star Trek journey. I love that you're coming from an inverted pyramid, and I hope everyone will respect that and help you to wade into the fandom. Thank you.
No Star Trek questions until she's ready, guys.
Yes, and thank you for bringing the Orville forward and giving fans another channel to come together and to express themselves and to celebrate this great show. And I just want to thank PJ. Thank you so much, PJ.
Thank you. I want to thank him too. Like,
Thank you,
again, guys, I want to, like, PJ's first latchcom I saw. I didn't see his first latchcom, but the first latchcom I saw is the whole reason I got drawn and sucked into all of this. Really, at the end of the day, it was great. So, just, yes, let's do awesome things together. Let's build a better understanding of each other, a better future. Absolutely. Raquel, you are amazing. Your kind words are just going to make me weep. Honestly, like, I'm over here like, stop, I can't take it. But
I'm
and
just
PJ,
your average friendly neighborhood Canadian. There's nothing special about me.
thank you so much, Trey. I love you. Trey is one of my favoriteest YouTubers as well. A lot of energy. But yeah, everybody's really nice. I love it. And I'm really grateful to PJ. I'm really glad he brought me on to get to basically meet Raquel and do all this.
I am grateful that thank you Raquel, always, for your participation. You make this very special, you and Katie, and some of our other female invites as well, and DJ, of course. and Ellie, I thank you, because listen, there's only a handful. I mean, there's not even a handful of Orville channels, and I think it's a great addition. I think, welcome to our big family, and your channel is so much appreciated. And just let us know how to help, and let us know how to help. What do you need from us? We will be there for you.
Absolutely. I will come banging on your door in the middle of the night, demanding assistance. Absolutely. And I know that you all will be there for me too. So, we just got this amazing community. So.
Oh, Kronos, I didn't mean to be dismissive to you. You asked me what my business is. Raquel, what's your business? I don't have a business. You can find me on academia.edu. My academic work for academic textbooks and academic enterprises are on academia.edu. I'm also
you don't have a YouTube channel. You don't.
No, yeah, I don't have a business. My business is education and writing.
And I just want to recognize, thank you, Trey. Thank you so much, Max.
Thanks,
World
Trey.
Entertainment, the MWE super sticker. Thank you so much, Big Mac. I appreciate that. We appreciate that. And I think that's an expression of love for Ellie.
I'm really, Trey has become a good friend. I really appreciate that. All of you, I feel like I've been able to grow really close to. So I thank you for the sticker though.
And if anybody is not subbed to Max World Entertainment, guys, you guys all know Trey from doing everything from Trek to comics to fan films to reviews. Amazing stuff, amazing channel. I think everybody here is subbed, but if not, this is Trey's channel. So please sub to Trey, guys.
Yeah. And don't
hey Trey.
Notification bells, you guys. Don't just sub. Remember to hit like and remember to hit those notification bells, because when you get busy, it's so nice to get an email or a notification to your desktop that says, hey, the team has come together to make another show for you. So don't forget those bells and those thumbs up.
Yes, I will absolutely. I will second that. I make sure to like every video, even if I pass it, but definitely set those notifications, because I told PJ, I was like, you have to keep me posted about it. And then I realized, hey, guess what? There's notification bells. I'll just subscribe and notify myself. So.
Yeah.
And granted, they don't always work, but listen, one thing I think is very true, and Raquel says hit the notification bell. I think if you hit the notification bell, I think it's very less likely that you will be unsubbed
Oh.
So that's a plus. Some people are getting unsubbed from channels. So
I got
I
kicked
always
off a
set my
couple.
notification bells, and you know what? I've never missed an email from you folks, and I get
Really?
every single pop-up to my desktop
really,
That's
oh
and
wow,
my
awesome.
laptop.
That's because YouTube loves Canada, apparently.
yes, YouTube loves Canada.
We try. Canada tries.
I love Canada.
we love everyone in the States.
All right, ladies. Well, thank you so much, Raquel. Thank you so much, Ellie. We look forward to Ellie's first broadcast, and you make sure you're tuned to her Twitter for information and sub to her channel for notifications of that first broadcast and any videos that she might be putting out. So thank you so much, Kronos, Alicia, DJ. Thank you for joining us. Mac, Trey, Adega, Dr. Adega, outlaw, science fiction author, and doctor.
AVP.
AVP, Fortean, Sci-Fi TV, Berto Prey, Jeff Franklin, Star Trek Nitpickers. Nitpickers, please get back to me about that Orville fan film. I want to hear all about it. And Peggy, everybody who's been in here. Thank you so much, LDG. Thank you to everybody who's been in here.
Yes.
You guys all have an amazing night. And thanks,
Yes.
Raquel and Ellie.
Thank
Bye,
you, guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
So long,
Goodbye.
Orville Nation. Woohoo!